Run, zombies!
Hold on, wait. Hello, VR addicts. Welcome to my channel. I am Paolo Triani, and today we are going to do an experience of Night of the Living Dead VR, which is free on Oculus Store right now. And no. What the? Is that? No, that can't be. Oh, Jesus Christ! Ah! Oh no, they're coming! They're coming! Actually, that explains a lot. Alright, so I'm in a ginormous car like I'm a toddler. I mean, literally, this is big. And the textures are missing, like literally mapping is missing from the wing mirror and the side mirror. I'm also driving on the left side, which I'm used to driving on the right side, but this is the US and most other countries in the world drive on the left side. Outside, the textures are meh. They're really bad. Really bad. And the trees look really bad, but it's got the atmosphere. It's definitely got atmosphere. And look, should that be a big bump? But no, I'm not feeling it. Night of the Living Dead. There's a skip part just down here, like on the radio though. Oh, okay, so it skips anyway. And then we're in the house, and there's a telly in front of me. Many things you can do. I don't know if you can. That door's shaking like somebody was trying to come through. Like, oh my god, it's still doing it. Textures in here look a little bit more better. I don't know why, but it's definitely got the atmosphere in here, black and white and everything. I think you can change the channel, right? Medical examinations of some. Oh, I seem to have paused it. Oh, that's cool. Now I know you, from what I've seen of this, you can actually border up the windows like that. That kind of fell all the way to the bottom though, but you can go around the house and do things like put the music on, which doesn't want to stay on. There you go, original music. Then you've got the corridor, you can't go upstairs and the mirror doesn't work. You can go into this room, you can't go down there, which is originally I think was the basement, not what you can see at the moment, I don't know. You can pick up the phone and listen to the dial tone. Or, well, I don't think you could call that a dial tone, I don't know what the hell that is. I think this is a cigar box maybe, I don't know what you'd put in that. Cool though. There's another plank of wood. I don't think you can only border up one of the windows. You can also change the radio channels. Pick up this, chuck it if you need to. And if you pick up the gun, you go into a wave shooter, but it's only got one wave. It's like infinite, and it's very jank. Like so, you shoot him, and then you go down for the round, and you know you got the round because it's like, look at this, it's like a massive crayon. And this is an underlever, but you don't see any animation on the underlever. It's like a Winchester. Oh, I said Evans first time I tried this. But these zombies, they're all fresh zombies. There's no skeletons, but then if you remember the movie, they were all kind of fresh. This is very janktastic. Well, it's running smooth, but it's just graphically not nice. You could be doing this all day because it's not very challenging neither, and it's no collision either. So that is the shooting in the game, and it's nothing special, but it's free. You know, you can try that out for free. That is not very immersive though. This is very immersive, but that's not very immersive. You can't do anything with a piano. And the only other thing you can really do is just go down to the basement. And when you're down in the basement, you can watch clips.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
He's coming to get you, Barbara.
It has been established that persons who have recently died,
the impact of living in the dead. And this doesn't just tell you stories like, for instance, if I grab number 4, you can grab like up to 5. Well, actually, there's 6 total because you also have the first one, which is called Chapter 1.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Oh, which I think I just hit accidentally.
He's coming to get you.
Yeah, you just hold it up. If you want to go out there, you hit this one over here. But this is really interesting, right? Basically, you've got tons of documentary and clips you can watch. But the general point is it shows you what 1960s. It's 1968.
I think it's always important to underline that the filmmakers didn't necessarily intend a lot of what connects there, but it
connected huge with the American people, and it became the classic it is today because of that. Because there was so much going on in the 60s. That and late 60s, like moon landing and everything else as well, you know, JFK, tons, right, that were going on, and this kind of had subliminal messages of that in it that made people, yeah, people just loved it. It was just the thriller that people really liked. I think Return of the Living Dead was better, but that's 1980s, and that was in colour, and that was hilarious and more scary, more gruesome scary as well.
And then Johnny came and
But this is a classic.
He fought this man. And I got so afraid. I ran.
And you can get closer to the screen as well, like you can just move up right up to the screen.
And Johnny didn't come.
So if you want to, so the experience.
Subliminal panic. There was danger in the land, that it was viral, and that what might happen with your kids.
Yeah, and it got worse with the Cold War.
What state would they be in when they got back? What's going on with young people?
This is kind of like what was happening in North America, in the United States, specifically, not Canada. And this just connected really well with them. And ironically, it connected really well with most English-speaking countries because obviously we knew what was going on. We knew what was happening, and everybody relates to America quite a lot. So even in the UK, it was big. At the time, probably Australia, South Africa. They, you know, English-speaking community in South Africa probably loved it.
It's the Coopers and the house, and they're fighting.
And all the other ones.
It shows this dissolving of the nuclear family. And then at the end, when Barbara
Islands,
like,
for instance,
pulled into the zombies by Johnny, it's like you can't trust your family anymore. Everything you've known before is just thrown away. Like the youth of the 1960s weren't having it.
So yeah, you can watch a lot of documentaries. So this, let me go out a little bit more, I think. So you can grab this to go out. This is like not smooth. It's like motion blur on it, but janky.
Finally, he becomes the owner.
So you just hit the out, you go back out. You can hear like zombie sounds and everything, like when you're down there as well. It's like they're trying to smash in. So this is kind of more of experiencing the documentary of what the classic game is, really. It's not really about a lot more than that. You know, the whole shooting element is crap. So if you just wanted, if you've not watched Night of the Living Dead, and you may have not watched it because it was originally in black and white. I think they might have painted it or redesigned it in colour. I swear I watched it in colour, but I can't entirely say. So you know, you look at this. I love it when I pick up the glasses. It's like you're in a telly set now. It's pretty cool. And then when you pick up the dog, it goes absolute skits, I believe. Yeah, it's like everything's suddenly going a bit crazy. So yeah, so basically this is about enjoying the documentary and just enjoying and just really praising a classic movie. So that's Night of the Living Dead experience, and as you really fully well know, the movie was a classic. It was absolutely amazing, and it spawned tons and tons of type of zombie movies that came after, which, well, some were good, some were bad. However, this remains a classic, and it is an absolute gem. And is the experience good? No, it's pretty crap, if I'm going to be honest with you. It's free, so it's a bit hard to say it's completely crap. I mean, it's free. You don't have to pay for it, so you know, going into it's not going to harm a flea. You know, it's not going to harm your bank. You're not going to get hung or killed by, you know, the people that may pay the bills in your house, or the person's money that you're spending if you're quite young. But it kind of, you know, like for instance, the shooting part of it, where you get to shoot zombies out the window, is just seems like an afterthought. The house is pretty cool, going around the house and all that, you know, is pretty cool. But then when you get down into the basement and you're looking at the videos, you kind of think, well, that's exactly why this is created. It's basically to bring back the fact that the movie was a classic, because you just get to watch the talks about it, the documentaries about it, and etc., and what the actors said in the past. Back in 1960, this movie was made. So yeah, it's a classic. And what was going on in North America, especially, well, in the United States at that period of time as well, which this movie also kind of like reflected very well in doing, especially for those who watched it could relate in a way that, you know, made this movie the classic it is today. So yeah, so there is good parts and there's some bad parts. Obviously the graphics is one of the bad parts as well. The sound is pretty damn good, actually. It's not so bad. But the graphics, like especially when you're down in the basement, it's just, it's even worse. It's like there's no textures. Everything's just awful, really awful. In fact, I don't think I've seen graphics quite so bad sometimes. But they do get the atmosphere right, and having it in black and white is perfect. Well done. You know, hence the intro being black and white. So yeah, it's up to you if you want to try it. I mean, it's free. Try it. It's on Oculus. Try it. See it on the store. Try it. If you're a fan of the zombie genre movies, you know they're getting a bit tiresome in the days, but the classic is still a good classic. I'd love to see a Return of the Living Dead one, because that was obviously 1980s, and that was hilarious in places, and it was also even more frightening, I think, than this. This has kind of got more of a thriller fright into it, but the Return of the Living Dead kind of made you question like your whole frigging, you know, what happens after death almost. It was horrific when they had the zombie tied to the table and it was going nothing, you know, and brains, you know, and all that kind of bit. It was quite scary. So if we got a Return of the Living Dead, that would be cool.
Voltage is too low.
Okay. So yeah, if you like this video, please give me a like and also subscribe, because it goes straight to the heart, and hit the bell button if you want to watch more VR content like this. And yeah, I love you long time. Ciao.